Hello and happy Thanksgiving 2023. I've always wanted to do the slide with the chair where you kind of come into the view. So I just did that. I don't know if it works, but I want to do it. And I also wanted the Thanksgiving well wishes to be prominent. So happy Thanksgiving 2023. If you are watching this video on Thanksgiving Day, why are you doing so? I hope you are, though, or I hope you're watching it over the long holiday weekend. A brief video today on Thanksgiving Day. As you know, or as you may know, as a person who loves American history and really all history, as a person who respects and admires Abraham Lincoln and loves to read books about Lincoln, I'm always reminded on Thanksgiving about Lincoln and about the events that in a way led to Thanksgiving Day, which was formally established in 1861 when Lincoln ordered government departments closed for a national day of Thanksgiving. What you may not know about Thanksgiving Day, which may be of interest to you, is a person by the name of Sarah Josepha Hale. She was a 74-year-old magazine editor. She was also instrumental in having this day always occur on the last Thursday of November. Sarah wrote to Lincoln on September 28th, 1863. So in 1863, you're about halfway through the Lincoln presidency. The country has come through a tumultuous summer where the Union Army beat the Confederates at Gettysburg in July, where in the Western theater of the war, where Ulysses S. Grant defeated the South at Vicksburg, Mississippi. And so that period, July 1863, both battles were occurring simultaneously at the same time, though Vicksburg took longer duration-wise. It was a really pivotal month in the war. And from that point forward, really, it was a matter of time. It was a matter of time that would be, 2 more years and thousands and tens of thousands of more soldiers and civilians losing their lives. But in September of 1863, following that summer, Sarah Hale writes to Lincoln, and she urges him to, and I'm paraphrasing, have the day of our annual Thanksgiving made a national and fixed Union festival. She explained, you may have observed that for some years past, there has been an increasing interest felt in our land to have the Thanksgiving held on the same day in all the states. Prior to this, different portions of the country celebrated Thanksgiving at different times, so there was no uniformity to it. Sarah goes on to write, it now needs national recognition and authoritative fixation only to become permanently an American custom and institution. Now, Sarah told Lincoln that she had been requesting his predecessors to do this for up to 15 years prior. Lincoln was the only one who responded to her. She was editor of Godey's Ladies Book. So Lincoln fixed the last Thursday of November as Thanksgiving. It was one of the things I like about Lincoln as a leader. And then we're going to get to our video because I don't want to spend a lot of time on history, but I do so enjoy history. If you're thinking about leadership, and I always wonder too what Lincoln would be like today. Lincoln had no airs about him. Lincoln would meet with the people. He would take what he called public baths, where he would invite citizens in and he would listen to them and he would talk to them. It was one of the things that drove his staff crazy because Lincoln always had time for everybody. And I know times are different, right? So this is the 1860s that we're talking about. Now we're in 2023. But so many people have fixed self-importance to them these days that is really undeserved. And I think back to historical figures. And again, I know it's a different time, but here's the president of the United States in the middle of a civil war in which he personally feels he has sentenced hundreds of thousands of people to death, still taking what he would call public baths. I think we could all learn from that today. And it's one of the things that I so respect about Abraham Lincoln. And it's why I enjoy learning about history and continuing to read about history. So with that inelegant transition, I did an interview with Larry Rubin, episode 1, came out just about 3 days ago. But this short little commentary, I think, is perfect for Thanksgiving Day. It really explains, I think, the people who work in healthcare facilities management, and I think it explains the importance of what healthcare facilities management professionals do. Now, Larry did not say this quote in relation to Thanksgiving Day or even to be tied to Thanksgiving Day. But as we're editing this video prior to Thanksgiving, when I heard it at the time, I made a note of it. And when I reheard it as we were editing, I was like, this is kind of perfectly, while not talking about Thanksgiving, is a nice message for Thanksgiving Day. And so with that, I wish you and your family a peaceful day, a happy day, and hopefully better days ahead. Thanks for watching, and here's Larry's Thanksgiving message that he didn't mean for Thanksgiving. How do you describe yourself?
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really enjoy teaching, and I enjoy humor because, you don't know what's going to happen in life, and don't take life too serious. You got to enjoy it while you can. And I've seen so many horrible things that you can't explain to anybody what you've been involved in. And I got the scars to prove it. I mean, I've got holes all over my body. I mean, I've lost half my face. My hair's been cut off. So I've had a lot of issues, and you go through some of this stuff, and you just can't take it seriously. You got to start enjoying life because you don't know when it's going to end. So what you can do to help other people, and that's what I really enjoy. And that's why I enjoy teaching, because you're helping others. And that's what you're put on this earth for, really, to help others. And I've always felt in the facilities world, we're one team. I help every director, wherever I go. I leave him. He said, look, I'm on LinkedIn. Look me up. There's my email address. You got a question, let me know. And I always help people all the time. My phone is always going off.